Hi, I'm George the Weather Dad, and it's time to take a look at the all-important weekend weather. Unfortunately, most of us are going to be experiencing three letters, H-O-T. Very hot across most of the country. There will be some exceptions to the Pacific Northwest, across the northern tier of states, let's say Montana, North, South Dakota, and the Great Lakes region, as well as the Northeast. Now, as far as Friday is concerned, a lot of us are going to be very, very hot. Notice these very dark temperatures, especially in this area here. You will see temperatures potentially in the triple-digit range. Take it easy if you're in this part of the country, and the heat will extend all the way up into the Northeast. Notice a little bit cooler up around the Great Lakes, North Dakota, and Montana. That's because there's a little bit of energy up there. It's going to kick off some clouds and a few showers as well as thunderstorms. On Saturday, that energy starts working its way towards the east. You do see the Great Lakes pretty much below normal for the most part, but in the Midwest, it's going to be a very hot day once again, and the heat is on down into the South Texas. You're not getting any breaks at all, but it's a little bit cooler in the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies. Now for Sunday, you do see that yellow still working its way towards the east. Notice the Northeast, you're below normal again, and that's pretty much the way it's been most of the summer for you. Very wet, very chilly for you. You can see the heat is still on in the center part of the country. Notice the Pacific Northwest starting to cool off a little bit. It looks like you have a front coming in giving you some showers as well as thunderstorms. Now, as far as precipitation is concerned, there's not a lot to go around with the exception of Florida. These are going to be your typical afternoon showers and thunderstorms, and that, of course, is again typical for you for this time of year. There's their energy up in the northern plains, but notice these dots. You're going to notice this over the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday time frame. And these are going to be late afternoon instability showers and thunderstorms. You may hear it. You probably won't get it because they will be spotty and far between, but nevertheless, we can't rule it out there. There's some showers up in the Northeast, and again, that's going to keep you a little bit cooler. Here on Saturday, once again, there are those dots and the little bits of energy up in the North and South Dakota region. And on Sunday, once again, here are these dots. The Great Lakes region, you're going to be seeing a front and a lot of energy for you there. And that's going to get you a little bit on the cooler side. Just a couple of showers up in the Northeast. Now, as far as next week is concerned, is it going to get any better? Yes and no. Those of you in this area, no. It's going to be still well above normal for next week. It's going to be above normal for the Northern Rockies. But notice now the National Weather Service 6 to 10 outlook is showing some cooler temperatures for those of you in California and into the inner Rocky Mountain region. And that's good news. You could use some cooler air for you. Now, those of you in the Northeast, well, once again, it's pretty much been the typical story for you almost all summer long. You're going to be below normal. Now, as far as precipitation is concerned, it's going to be above normal in the Rockies. There's going to be a ribbon of above normal right across the Ohio Valley and up into the Northeast, drying out across the Great Lakes region and down into the Southeast. Now, as far as the tropics is concerned, this model, I'm going to show you this model because it's a week from this Saturday. Not this Saturday, but on into August. And the reason being is because now we're going to start getting into a little bit more of a peak in the hurricane season. And this shows here a frontal system, a very strong front off the eastern coast. It also trails down into the Gulf of Mexico. The reason I'm pointing this out is that this is unusual. We don't generally get fronts pushing away down into the southeast. And when it happens, there's a possibility at the very end of the front, a little bit of a spin up. So not this Saturday, but a week from Saturday, and that week, we're going to have to keep an eye on the Gulf of Mexico for any potential development in the tropics, as well off the southeast coast in this region as well. But nothing for next week for the tropics. It's going to be pretty darn quiet. Have a great weekend. I'll be back Sunday with a weekly planner. Until then, I'm George, the Weather Dad.